Now, you guys, why don't we get into the Jenelle Evans of it all? Oh my God. This girl is always caught up in some mess. And you know what? This is a video that I need to make for my channel members. So sorry about that, you guys, but I've just been all over the place, just trying to get everything that I need to get done. But basically what happened over the weekend is that Nathan Griffith's ex-girlfriend, the one that he's currently in jail for allegedly strangling, she and David Eason's current girlfriend, Canel, they did this prank over the weekend to pretend that they were meeting up together in Las Vegas. And, you know, it was something that really triggered Jenelle a lot, of course, because, you know, she's got her eyes on these ladies, particularly Anastasia. And so Jenelle said basically that she was going to be paying them back and that they would suffer for pulling that sort of a prank on her. Right. And so now shout out to the Ashley's Reality Roundup for this exclusive, because we find out that Jenelle is not actually a victim in all of this. Not that anybody even saw her as one, but we find out that Jenelle has actually been obsessively behind the scenes trying to upset Nathan's ex-girlfriend, Anastasia. And so the Ashley got her hands on an audio tape of a 911 call that was made by Nathan's long-suffering wife. What is her name, this woman? Hang on, May. So yes, Nathan's long-suffering wife, May, made a call to 911 with Jenelle in the background. And I'm going to play the audio tape for you guys, okay? But Jenelle is in the background coaching her on what she should say to the 911 operator. Because one thing about Jenelle is that she is an expert at calling 911. She has called 911 on her husband, David, at least like 50 times since they've been married. And she has called 911 on her children several times as well. So take a listen to the audio tape, and we'll talk about it a little bit more on the flip side. Okay. So once again, shout out to the Ashley's Reality Roundup for this exclusive.
Yeah, I have I want to, how do I say? I'm sorry for my English skills. I need to get escort police, because I'm married. My husband is in jail right now, but he was living with someone else, and he left all his belongings, his wallet, his cards, his dog, everything in that house.
Yeah.
So I need to go to see if the lady who was living with him wants to provide me his stuff, but I don't want to go alone.
Yeah, we can send an officer out to assist you. What's the address?
Okay. Yeah, let me give it to you.
Okay.
Let's see. Do you think I have any right to do it?
So in this situation, it's a civil issue. So you'd have to speak to like a lawyer to see what rights you would have, or you could.
But we can try, right?
Yeah, we can always try though. If she doesn't want to open the door, then there's nothing officers can do though. But we can always try.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And are you within 10 minutes away?
Yes, we are. Yeah, 10 minutes, right? Yeah, 15 minutes away. We are.
Okay. So by the time we're done, you'll be about 10 minutes. So,
okay.
So is it like the landlord of your husband, or what's the relationship there?
Well, it was a girlfriend.
Oh, okay, got it.
They got into a domestic situation. My husband was detained. He's in Clark County right now.
Okay.
And she lives with her mother. And she lives with her mother as well in that place.
Got it. Okay. And do you know the girlfriend's name, the first and last name?
Yeah. It's Anastasia.
So how embarrassing is it calling 911 because you want to go to a house that your husband lives in? Or lived in before he got locked up, right? Because right now he's in jail. So you're calling 911 about the situation. Your husband's in jail. There's a house that he lived in before he got locked up. You want to get the things out. And so the 911 operator is like, what is this? His landlord or something? What's the deal here? Oh, it's his girlfriend. What? And then on top of that, you hear Jenelle in the background giving all the information that this lady needs to make this call. And why is Jenelle even involved in this? She and Nathan broke up so long ago. Nathan has had nothing to do with her, nothing to do with her child. So why are you even involved in this? And then for the wife, why are you involved in this? The man has left you. He's had a whole girlfriend for such a long time that he has been flaunting on the internet. And you're trying to go use your gas money to go to this girl's house to pick up his trifling things. For what? I cannot think of a good reason to be bothered with that at all. In my opinion, that is between him and his girlfriend. And this lady, she's not from the States. She's from Argentina. So I don't know too much about what all of that means in the midst of all of this, but it's really, really alarming to me that she and Jenelle would be so desperate for any kind of interaction with Nathan or anything to do with Nathan that they would do this, right? It's so bizarre. But anyway, let's continue listening.
Beetle is B as in boy, I, D as in David, D as in David again, L-E.
Thank you. Do you know her date of birth by any chance?
November 2003, but I don't know. November 2003, but I don't know the day.
So first of all, she's born in 2003. That's crazy to me. You know, when I was hanging out with my friends the other week, one of them brought a friend that looked really young. And so we're like, how old are you? And this person said they were like 20 something. And then he also said that he was like born in the year 2000. And the way my head exploded, I said, people born in the year 2000 can talk and walk? Like, what? Like 2000 and something. I think it was even like, what year was it? Like 2005. Like the way my brain exploded. So first of all, when you're listening to this audio tape, did you notice that Jenelle had this girl, Nathan's new girlfriend, right? Or now ex-girlfriend anyway. She had her birthday memorized. Like the level of unhinged, the level of obsessed that Jenelle is with this Nathan fella has to be studied, because that is just terrifying stuff. Anastasia, if you're listening to this, maybe you should change your birthday, because that is scary. That is some scary stuff, you know, like, what is this? Why does your ex-boyfriend's baby mama from a million years ago that he hasn't even contacted in a million years, who like, you know, the child he hasn't even had any contact with in a million years, why does she have your birthday memorized? Something about that would just send chills down my spine. Like, it just feels absolutely insane. Like Tadisha says, Jenelle is a total pick me for Nathan. It's a very bothersome, creepy situation, as Dan is saying as well. China says Jenelle is a walking grenade and she's constantly pulling her own pin to explode. This girl is not going to be happy until she F's around and finds out, which I completely agree with. Ramser says Jenelle must have nothing to do. She has so much time on her hands, bored out of her effing mind. And this is it, right? Like, she's got 3 children in her house. You know, at least at this time, she still had Jason in the house as well, whose fathers are not involved, right? Who aren't doing well in school. And this is what you're spending your time doing? Really? Instead of tending to whatever situation is going on with these children? Like, that is absolutely insane. Like says, quote, the woman he's living with, so ashamed to say it was his girlfriend, right? After she said she was the wife. It's just so crazy to me. Like, why would you go spend your time? Why would you go spend your money just to go and do this? You know, like, does this lady have her papers in the US? Like, is she doing this for her papers or what? Like, why are you just so happily married to a man who's got another girlfriend, a man who has put the paws on you, the new girlfriend, and every other woman? Why, you know, his own sister? Why? What is going on? Like, I do not understand this. I think it's crazy. Like, if she does have some kind of green card visa issue, I need somebody to let her know that if you've been a victim of DV, you're going to get your green card, like, guaranteed. Just go ahead, report that, and you can divorce him and move on with your life. You do not have to put up with this, right? Like Shemjum says, this is a hot mess. I could not agree anymore. Like, what is this? This is so weird. Jen says it doesn't take long to take butthole pictures, leaves a lot of free time. But what about the children? They're not, you know, and this is not a criticism of them. It's just the result of the environment that they're being raised in. But the one thing that we've learned over the years is that they're not doing that well in school, right? We've heard a lot about Jace's problems with running away, this, that, and the other, being suspended. Kaiser was getting suspended. This, like, take care of that. Like, you know, when you're done with your photos take care of that situation instead of running around behind a guy who doesn't even care about his own child and has not bothered to see his own child, send money for his child, anything, right? And isn't that crazy, Jaleesa? Yeah, he's married to this chick, and it just, you wouldn't even know it because he's got this girlfriend that he has been proudly flaunting on the internet for almost a year now. Cynthia says, I didn't even realize he was married either. So pathetic and a waste of time, right? Mrs. Hall says, Jenelle is freaking weird. And I couldn't agree anymore. Keisha says, some things just don't change. It's giving Jenelle is obsessed with a new girlfriend, 100%. And it's so crazy to me, the way that she's able to multitask when it comes to like jealousy over her exes moving on, because she is also obsessed with Dog Killer Dave's new girlfriend as well. Right. And that's why the two girls kind of teamed up to troll her over the weekend. Shem says, why aren't they divorced? I can't have a husband gallivanting around with a girlfriend. It's a hell no to the no for me. Exactly. That is why I'm wondering, because like, is she a United States citizen? Like, does she have green card issues? Like, she doesn't want to go back to her country or something like that. Is that why? Because if you guys watch 90 Day Fiance and whatnot, like, sometimes these situations of the people or like the types of people that these people accept to marry or whatever, just to like be able to live in the States or whatnot, that is what this situation is giving to me right now. And it makes me like so sad for her. Like, again, if anybody is able to get in contact with her, and if that's the situation, somebody let her know she qualifies for that green card because she was a victim of DV. And isn't that crazy? Jaleesa, 2003. Oh, the way I am starting to feel old. I actually felt like, I was thinking about this when I was in the store over the weekend. I was just looking for some clothes for the Cowboy Carter concert. And, I was looking at some of these things that are now back in fashion, that are things that I used to wear, like, and just thinking, oh, wow, I should have been nicer to my mom growing up. Like as kids, you're like, oh, you're older, this or that, like as a joke. Now I'm like, oh, like, this is painful. Like, now I know, like, this is painful. And she used to talk to me about like, wow, it's crazy that you guys want to wear these things now because this is what I used to be wearing, like back in my day. Now that's how I'm feeling. Like, what is happening? This is so crazy. Cynthia says, I bet Jenelle even knows the girl's social security number. She knows that number. She knows the blood type. She knows when she had her last period. She knows everything about this woman, and it is absolutely terrifying. We need to save Anastasia from stalker Jenelle, because this is not okay. Not okay at all. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. She probably has it all tattooed or something like that on her upper thigh. That's why I haven't seen it yet. And me too, Shem. I'm a 93 baby too, but it just feels so, it's just something about like the 2000. Your birthday starting with a 2 is crazy, because I think like we all grew up with people from the 1900s. So just anything that starts with a 2 is absolutely crazy, even if it's not that much younger than we are technically or anything like that, right? But it's just, wow, honestly, it's wild. Janelle is obsessed with anyone and everyone except her children. And I think you're right, sadly. I think you are right, and that's the sad part about her. Like, these kids, they just want her to love them properly, right? And to be there for them. And she just cannot be bothered. She wants those things from these other people who really do not matter in the grand scheme of things. There is a little bit more to the 911 call. So let me continue with it for a while. And I'm going to put up you guys' comments on the screen as well, okay?
Okay, and I'm just going to get her 21. Description. She's 21? Okay. Is she white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
She's Asian white.
Oh, my God,
white.
Janelle.
Okay. Do you know how tall she is, roughly? If you don't, that's okay.
5'4", I guess, or I don't know.
Is she thin, medium, or heavy build?
Same.
And what color hair does she have?
Brown. I think it is brown.
Okay. Does she drink or do drugs, or unknown?
I think she do drugs. She does drugs.
Do you know what type of drugs?
I think it's pot, right? Pot or weed.
What was the first one? Sorry.
She drinks a lot. I think it's weed, and she drinks a lot.
Okay. So she's known to drink as well?
Yeah.
Does she have any weapons that you know of, or unknown on that?
To be honest, I have no idea, because my husband was living with her, and I don't know. I don't know her that much.
No problem. And are you arriving in a vehicle?
Yeah, I'm with my friend. She's coming with me.
we always recommend to meet like nearby, not directly in front of the residence.
No, of course, yeah. We don't want to get him in trouble. I just want to get his wallet, the dog, to see if it is possible, and that's it. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want drama.
Yeah, did you?
Oh my God. The craziest part about this was that the ex-wife could not seem any less interested with all this. If I could be honest with you guys, I actually think that what happened here is that Jenelle is the one who wanted to make this call. And then she convinced the the wife to make this call. Like, does the wife sound all that interested in all of this? Like, she really wants to go over there and do all of this. Maybe Jenelle paid her or something, because she didn't know anything about the girl, right? Like, to me, it feels like this is one of Janelle's things to try and get at Anastasia and to kick her while she's down. And, I find that to be such an ugly, like, quality that she has, which is to, just really go in and just obliterate like these random girls who have really not done anything to her at all to merit this sort of treatment, right? Like, the whole thing is just absolutely bizarre. Oh, we got a baby in our midst, Mariah, 2000s baby. Jess is an 80s baby. Oh my goodness gracious. I have to go to you for a second here, Summer Breeze, because the way I was zooming in on your photo when you were telling me about your grandchildren, I was like, Summer Breeze, if I didn't know any better, I would say that you were in your like 20s or something like that. Is this a picture of you? And you look this young and you got your grandbabies? Damn, girl, drop the skincare routine, please. Like he says, not coaching on what race she is. Everything. Like, she is absolutely insane. Like, do not ever listen. I don't think any of you guys would ever, be in the dating pool with like anybody who would date Jenelle. But just in case, do not ever date anybody who has dated Jenelle, because she will be so obsessed with you. She will ruin your freaking life. And for what, right? Ronnie says, sad for her poor kids. Grow up, Jenelle. It's disgusting you choose men over your kids every time. And isn't it crazy that everybody has been saying this to her over decades, and it just still does not sink in? She still doesn't feel like she has a problem. She still doesn't feel like she has done anything wrong. Like, it's just so disturbing, right? The call makes Shemjan, myself as well, just cringe so bad, so bad with my friend. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God, Summer Breeze. And this is you in your photo still? Oh my God, you look so young. Again, literally, I would think that you were like early 20s or something like that in your photo. Wow. Ramster says Jenelle and her ventriloquist dummy. That's a good one. Should be charged. China says if Jenelle had a good head on her shoulders and 2 functioning brain cells, she really could be a better private investigator. And it's true, she really could. Like, she's got the moves for it, right? Oh my goodness. Shem says, I have never watched any Teen Mom yet. You have never watched Teen Mom? What? I feel like I know all these people from your chat. That's crazy. Oh my God, I had no idea. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Summer Breeze, you look good. You look good. Ali says false calls is illegal, improper use of resources. Damn. And I agree. Like, I'm surprised that the 911 operator really even entertained this. Like, I'm surprised that the operator didn't even ask who the hell that is coaching her. Like, what is really going on here? Did your husband with the girlfriend ask you to do all of this? Like, sorry, this is an unprofessional question, but why are you even doing all this? Let him rot, let his things rot. Like, come on now. Like, it just does not make any sense. But listen, not many things in the terrible world of Jenelle Evans really make much sense.